Hey, Don here. Well, I trying to get this all working here. I think I'm gonna have to close that window. Oh, I'll show you what I'm trying to do here. Oh, that's what it is. My sound quit, so I thought, yeah. Anytime I try to run, I gotta close that window. Anytime I try to run Firefox, that's why I do it over in another machine. Anytime I try to run YouTube live, I can play videos okay most of the time, but if I try to run that YouTube live page, there's some kind of script on there that this version of Firefox doesn't like, and it starts hanging things up, and it'll really slow down my computer. So yeah, it went up from about 600 megabytes to about 800. Now it's beginning to drop already just by closing that window. I mean, Firefox shouldn't use that much for one page anyway, but it does now. I got After I quit my last video and I was trying to get this code right here to run the 8-bit PCM audio. I couldn't quite understand how you get the sound data file to work with it. They give you the sound data file right here, and the one that they use, and they tell you different ways that you can make your own, and different, you can go. And I kind of went to some of those sites and looked around the other day, and of course I didn't remember it that good today when I tried to do it. But make sure I'm still in the right place. I'm showing what I'm telling here. But I got to thinking, well, you know what? Why don't I look through that code and see where the sound data is mentioned in it. And so I went through there looking and did my search there, and I thought maybe I can see. Maybe I thought, well, maybe it's looking for it back on the computer. Maybe that's the way it's set up to work. And so I thought, okay, let me look through and see if it says go back to, pointing to a directory or something, or URL or anything. That's not. I didn't find that in this one. And just a lot of good instructions on how to set all that up. But I tried this one and I couldn't make it work, and so then I had I had gotten in two different IDEs and tried to make this other one work, and I hadn't tried opening this one up and looking at the file. This is the other one, and I got to looking through it, and I thought this one looks like. First off, the speaker is on pin 9 on this one, so I had to. I've already changed that. I got my Arduino sitting up here on this side of the desk now. Well, I'm not showing it, or my ARM processor. Click the wrong thing. Okay, so anyway, it's up here now, and of course it's a little even smaller up in there in the picture, but I just wanted, I was needing to use my keyboard and mouse, and I need to get it off of my keyboard tray. So anyway, I moved it to pin 9, and I know that sometimes I do that on the camera, and you can see things. I'm doing that for myself. I know you can't see it. Just making sure I've got it right. Left the ground, of course, on ground. So that's all ready, and the speaker's on. It's still hooked up. I thought before I put all this away, I thought, and I've got all kinds of stuff stored all over my room here that I got to put away. Before I put it all away, I thought I'd try one more time with this other one, because I got to thinking, okay. And at first I thought, well, I'll copy and paste it into the Arduino editor, because I didn't really try this particular one with the Arduino editor. If I did, I don't remember, but I don't think I did. So I'm pretty sure I didn't, because I went over here, opened it up, and then I went to File, Open. I didn't go. Sketchbook is that's the last one I did. That's I believe the one. Yeah, that's the one that's already on there. Hit Open. Brought up a menu, and so I went to the folder where I had saved and unzipped this compressed audio for Arduino, and that's kind of the name of their project. And it'll open audio out PDE was there. It's the only one that showed up, so I thought, okay, looks like it can read it. I just closed this one. I don't really need that extra one. And then it opened it right up, and I had read through there and read the notes and everything, and found out what pins to put it on. And let's see if there's any other Oh, speaker. I was looking for speaker. Now I've forgot what the word was I was searching for. There it is, sound data. So let's just do that right quick before we actually do anything else. Go in there. Gotta click in the right window. So there's sound data in there, everywhere it's mentioned. And anyway, it says read the sound, PGM, read byte, sound data, sound data bits. So I got the idea that it's in this one anyway. It's integrated. I think that if the sound data file is like I thought before, if the sound data file's in the same folder, there it is right there. This is that audio out PDE, and the sound data file's right there in the same folder. That actually, well, that's all I did there, and it has all this other stuff. Well, that might have been done from me trying to import it into the other IDEs. I'm not sure. I don't really remember. I guess I could find out by looking in there. Well, some of it is and some of it isn't. So SVN folder was there, but metadata and remote system, those were made by those other IDEs. Okay, so that's some extra stuff that got done. But the two files I think that it's going to be interesting, and that project file probably wasn't there either. But anyway, the sound data and audio out, I believe, are the files that are needed for this sketch to run. And so I just opened the file this time instead of copying and pasting. Either way, I guess it would have worked. But then I went ahead and did it before I got on here because I didn't want to go through another whole long embarrassing screw up like I did a while ago. When I just saw something. Okay, so I clicked verify, and it gave you the normal output. The sketch is so and so bytes, 38%. Okay, it says, let me look at that. I'm going to have to start learning that. Is 12,262 bytes, 38% of the program storage space maximum, 32,256 bytes. Okay. Global variables used, 564 bytes, 27% of dynamic memory, leaving 1,484 bytes for local variables. Maximum is 2,048 bytes. Okay, so it's all good. And I just noticed there's another tab. There's our sound data file right there. So it brought it in. Yay. Now I haven't hit the run yet. And I haven't got the Arduino up and running yet. I gotta get it up and running. So let me get it. I didn't even want to plug it in yet. Let's see, where am I gonna put my cable? I'll put it up on my keyboard here. Oh, I'm forgetting. I'll do my fancy switching here. Yeah, like it's so cool. But I think it doesn't really matter, does it? Okay, let's see whether you see me fiddling and having trouble or not. But at least you'll know what's going on. Okay, so I got to be kind of careful about where I lay this big old heavy cable. Liable to knock stuff loose up here. Get that the right way. Does not want to go the right way. That is a heavy cable. There, I think that'll work. Okay, so I'm going to plug this up. Now, it's really just playing that other song, but you can't hear it because I don't have pin 11 plugged in. I don't want it to blast me out of the room if it works. So it's playing the other song. I'm sure of that. I'm not gonna, I don't want to change the pins while it's running. I don't want to risk shorting something out or something. But change the wires while it's running. So go back over here now in our desktop, in our IDE, and I realized this is all complete. That other one is put in separate sections, and it's kind of, I had the right idea. I was trying to save it as, to put the files in the same directory and all that, but something I didn't get right, evidently, for them to go together. This one's all laid out perfectly, and all I did was open it, and it did it. So it should burn, and it should upload. I say burn. Well, it is kind of. I think other people may say that too. But anyway, it's it should upload, and I didn't want I got my volume, to where I think you'll hear it, but hopefully it won't blow me out if it works. So let's upload it, see what happens. Okay, it says up.
1, 2, 3, 1.
Hear it?
3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1.
That's what it is.
3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
No, it's not me saying that.
2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2.
Okay, so I did it. Yay! That is a surprise. Now, how do you make it stop? Now, what's this one? I think this is the last one I had on there. Oh, it won't. I won't be able to hear it because it's on a different port. Oh, that one's not so loud like that other one. That's a good voice. I mean, it sounds. Well, it's playing a wave file though, so no wonder it sounds pretty good. That's a wave file, if I understand right. Wave audio file. Yeah. So that's a wave audio file that's been converted so that it, down to the right bits and everything, so that it'll play on the through the Arduino. That's pretty cool. It's an 8-bit audio. Remember that. So that's what this person made. He just made a demo. So you could play. It says you could resample, dither your audio file with Socks. So I could use that Socks app to make another one. And actually, you could either change the code to use your or just name your. Actually, you could just name your code. Your recoded file as sound data H. That's what they always use, is sound data H. So that's what I would do. I would just you use this this right here, that Python script. I'm not going to do that now because I'm tired, very tired. I've been up since like 3 or 4 in the morning. Something. I don't even remember. Maybe not quite that early, but anyway, early enough I'm tired. And I've been doing this junk all day. So, cool. I succeeded in something today. So, yeah, I knew that's what that was for, Audio Huff, PY. And so I don't know if I can just run it. Probably could run it in the terminal, but open. I'll try opening it. Usually you can't do that. Usually you got to open up a terminal window and run the file. But oh, there it is. Well, it opened it up in KWrite. It didn't. Okay, I said open. I didn't say run. Okay, so here it is. It's a Python. I don't know if it's an application or a script exactly, but I don't remember what he called it. But I think it might be sort of a little application. But anyway, you could run that on your machine, on your computer, to generate another file. So I could take one of my WAV files and turn it into the right kind of play. That'd be cool. I'll probably have to try that. And replace this. I'll like back this one up and then make a new sound data file. But it can't be any bigger. Probably about that size right there, 35.6 kilobytes. So now I just turned the volume down. It's still over there saying 1, 2, 3. That reminded me of Lost. That number. Something else reminded me of that the other day. Remember that Lost TV show with that number that kept repeating over and over, and they kept trying to find out where it was coming from? It's coming from the Arduino. And you don't win any lottery either. You just get to play with electronics. So this one There's an interesting idea. I wonder if I could use this sound data, H. So what if I was to use his PDE file with another sound data H file? How could I do that? I'll just rename this one sound data H back. Just to make sure that it can't work, do anything. Sometimes you can rename a file, and it doesn't matter what its name, it'll still do it if it has a. Sometimes it doesn't even matter if you take the .h off the end. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave that one like that, and then I'll go over here and get. Where's my other one? That would be. That's the one I'm in. Compressed audio, Python. I think it might be in the main. I don't know if I still have it. I might have deleted it when I was trying to get rid of all that stuff I didn't want anymore. Let's go in here. See if it's in the Arduino folder. That's the two that work. I guess I accidentally deleted. Oh, I know where they are. They're in Workspace. 8-bit audio. There it is. No, not there. Oh, the 8-bit audio never did run. I might have deleted it. But I know where to get it. Get it off of that. There's my Hackers Manifesto folder on there. That's just my screensaver. Okay, so what I need to do then is first, let's get back in this folder. I really thought I still had it. I guess I don't still have it. I've got the page open, so I can just make a new one right quick. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Okay. Is that the other one? Oh, that's the original one, I think. Does that one say pin 11? Not sure which one this is now. I remember opening it up, but I don't remember. 11. So this is the one that actually has a nice little tune, but it does get annoying pretty quickly. Okay, so I guess I can do it in this IDE. This IDE. Let's see. New. There we go. Now just go back to the web page and get this code right here, and just save it as sound data H. Like I did before, and make sure I get it all. Okay, there's a little share button under the end of that, and I'm pretty sure you don't want share word. I think that's part of a share button. I think. Better not assume. Yeah, because it's not visible. There it is, share. See, it was somehow going all the way out of there and getting that. So this is what I want. Now then, I want to save it as sound data H. Everything look like it's recording. I don't have my website open, but okay. I believe I am. Hopefully I'm not. Right when something goes right, that's when your video doesn't work or something. So I already shut down that other computer that I was using to check my recording with. Let me go look right quick though. Oops, taking me off of there. That's not what I meant to do, but I just want to make sure I got a live stream that looks good. Okay, I won't stay there because it will end up logging up my computer if I stay there. See, it's already probably got that darn script error. It won't even go back now. I have to wait for it to cycle through the script error and do all that junk. Shouldn't even have done it. What's really crazy though, if I go into Firefox developer mode, and this is it's not the version, it's I thought it might have to do with my add-ons, Well, I think it may, because if I go into Firefox developer mode, then it won't. It doesn't do that. So it may have to do with some of my add-ons. But I'm not going without all my add-ons. So I mean, if there's something that it doesn't give trouble any other place, hardly any other places than there. So now then, file, save as. Here it is. That doesn't come up like you expect it to. So you're like, where is it? Sound data H. I'll just save it in there. Let's see. No, I don't really want it in there. I want it in my downloads folder. Arduino, compressed audio, that's where I want it. Sound data H. Okay, now I'm going to close all these extra ones. I think I'll leave. Which one do I want? It's got two of them now. Okay, I'm going to close this one. That one can stay open. This is the one I think I may put back on there. I guess I can leave these two open. Okay. Now I want to say open. Now this time it should be different. This is going to be in the same folder, but I renamed. Okay, so I still have a sound data H. See, what I did is I just where's my sound data H? Oh, I think it just didn't refresh. Hopefully, unless I got it in the wrong folder. I don't see it. Did I save it in the wrong folder? I want to make sure I'm getting the right one. Already closed that other one. Let's see. Yeah, I was thinking of just doing it in like, this is Crusader. Yeah, Crusader's, thinking of doing it in like K-Ride or something. Maybe I should have, because then I know. I just, let's see. Where is my sound data H file that I just made? Okay, let's see if it's in here the quick way. We'll search for sound data H. Downloads Arduino compressed audio, sound data H, sound data H. What? I'm not seeing this. Oh, there it is. There it is right there. Well, why is it in there like that? Huh. So when you go back a folder, somehow I got it in there, but it says INO instead of, oh, it saved it as one of those. It saved it as one of those Arduino files. I don't know if that's going to work out, or I don't think that'll work out. I'm going to hit edit, save as, put it where I want it. I don't want it INO, I want it sound data H, because that's what we had before. Yeah, and I don't want it going in that newly made folder. Oh, I want it in this folder. Whoa, back. Yeah, okay, there's my sound data H backup, sound data H, save. Now, I'm going to leave that open. Just leave it open just like that. Looks good. Now, what do we got here? Okay, yeah, I still have those two. Okay, I didn't ever get that open. Now we'll say open again. Yeah, I didn't open it. I guess I must have canceled it or something. Now, about PDE. Okay, now, we got the same thing, but with the same, this is still a sound data H file, but it's a different sound data H. So it should be the one I was trying to play before. Okay, yeah, and on pin 8.
2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1.
Okay, we got our lost numbers going. I don't remember those numbers to save my life. They weren't 1, 2, 3. I know that much. Okay, let's do a check. Okay, says it'll work. Let's check and make sure it looks like we're. I'm not going to try to read. I can't read anything with that talking going on. Updating. Oh man, that didn't make anything else happen. Maybe I got mixed up. Maybe I just remade the whole same file again. Well, also I didn't move. I should have moved. I don't guess it unless I. Well, you know, maybe my sound.h file is the same file and I didn't realize I was on 2 different sites with the same project. It's also possible. This is the one. Yeah, 8-bit, 800 hertz. Okay, this is the one I was trying to make work. I don't know. I mean, how would I know if they're the same thing without being able to read all that code? Okay, this, maybe you have to do more than just replace that sound.h file. Maybe there's more in that little program than you realize. I'm gonna maybe I'll wave to C. Okay. Maybe I'll wave to C. Now let me go look at this other sound.h file, the one that so I kind of have a backup of that one now by accident. Sound.h backup. All right, now let's yeah, see, that one's all different. So it should give me a different sound. It's not even anywhere close to the same file. There's that one. And there's that one. So I wonder if what I was kind of worried about there, it doesn't matter what its name is, it's still going to pick it up. I would think that since I renamed that one, what I'll do then is I'll move it this time. Why can't I ever found? Oh, that folder is sound.h. Yeah. Okay. Now this is the one I don't want playing. I'm going to move it over there. And I'm going to rename it to sound.h. I'll do it this way this time because I always rename it. Let's see. AUDIO back audio out sound.h. That way I'll know what it is. Okay, and then rename this one to back 8-bit. That's basically enough to tell me what's what. Now, view this one. That's the 128, 128, 128. If I view this one, that one's an INO. Oh. Okay, 128, 128, 128. Okay, and if I view this one, completely different, original one. Okay, so I couldn't accidentally pick up the wrong one. Let's view that. Same data in there. So I think I'll just, well, it saved it from that Arduino program, so I'm not going to just rename it. I'm going to copy this one over and make it I don't think that INO is going to be useful to me, but I'll leave it until I'm sure. Now, what's that project file say? There it is. It's empty, looks like. Well, either it's empty or it's so big it's taking forever to come in. It's not that big of a file. 201 bytes. I don't think it's going to show anything. It's actually acting like it's want to give me trouble there. Okay, so now let me look at my sound.h file that I actually want. That's the one that's 128, 128, 128. Okay, now let's go in the Arduino. Okay, look at there. That is not the right one. That's the original one. So, yeah, okay. So, we don't want that. We want to open it again. Sorry. I can't even open a file with that going on. I'm very audio centric. I just made that word up. Okay, yeah, audio boot, sound data. Okay, audio boot, audio out. This time maybe I'll get the file I want and double check my. Okay, let's do the check. Nope, we got an error. Sample rate was not declared in this scope. Sound data was not declared in this scope. Okay. Oh, it shows you where the error is too. So you gotta have your program working for the sound data file that you got. But that's okay because now I think I may know how to put those two together. I'll leave those backups where they are. Well, where's my other one? Let's see. 8-bit musical fun is the name of it. Okay, but it's called the 8-bit. Have I got that open in the browser? Yeah, right here. Okay, I've got it open. Yeah, I call it 8-bit because of that. I'm going to make it a folder, more descriptive folder here. Bit 8,000 hertz audio playback. Say 8-bit playback on PC speakers. Okay, that ought to be good enough. Now then, I can move my sound data H over there. And where's my backup? Well, it's hard to find that silly folder. Okay, no, it's not. Sound data H. I'm going to move that. Matter of fact, let's do it right now so I can find it better. Move it to the main folder. Now I need my sound data H back. Yeah, that one. Copy. Go ahead and rename it so it won't be broken. Now that all should be okay. Now, $8-bit. Put that over there. Alright, now I need my code for it saved as an INO file. Do I have it like that? I might have it. I think I do. Over here in the Arduino folder. Oh no, that's those. INO. Okay. Well, what I can do is just paste it in the Arduino app and save it, and it'll do it for me. Okay. I've already got my sound data H, so if I just save it into that folder from the Arduino app, then I'll be good, right? Right. I think I know. Okay. Copy. Now I'm going to say new. There we go. Leave it like that. I'm never quite sure about how many spaces to leave after. I don't think, it doesn't seem that this is so particular. Okay, now what do I want to call it? I think I will call it the same name as my folder. That it's in. Okay. Save as. I do not like it when they don't come up like that, like you want them to. And I'm gonna put it in my downloads folder. And then later, if it decides to save it in there, that'll be fine. It gives it a name, but I've already figured out you can. Done saving. Okay, now we should have an INO. Oh, we did it like that. Okay, so I'm going to just move that and then move it back into that folder that it made. Now we should have a pair. This is what I thought I needed to do, but I wasn't getting it working for some reason. Now I think now when I open that INO file, unless it has to be one of those P whatever files. Where is that? This one, see, it's a PDE file, whatever that is. So we'll see. I don't know. I may not be getting there yet. But it's the same code from what I can tell, so I don't see why it would matter. I think it's just that the Arduino can open up either one of those kinds of files. But it's called PDE. Let's see. I could always try just renaming that if it doesn't work. But I'll just leave that in open too and say open. And go to audio 8-bit. Open the INO. It didn't do it. It didn't bring in the sound data file. So when I hit check, get the error. All right, let's try this trick that I'm thinking of. PDE, rename. I don't know if it'll work, but it's worth a try. .pde. All right, let's see if you will play nice together now. Open PDE, audio 8-bit, PDE. Oh, it worked. Look at there. We got our sound data file. So why that has to be named like that, I don't know. Okay, let's hit the check before we get too excited. Compiling. Looks about the same as before.
2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1.
Okay, we're back on the Lost Island. And we're uploading. Done uploading. Oh, I think we have to be on a different pin. I don't hear anything. I think it's going to be pin 11 or something. But it does say done uploading, no errors. So that's a good sign. Just got speaker pin 11. So I'm going to unplug the Arduino to change that because I do not want to risk messing it up. Okay, so I'm on pin 9. I need to be on pin 11. So we're going to have to reboot We'll have to unboot and reboot. See, those stay in there good. You don't have to worry about them falling out on you. And see, I can't see. Save my life. Oh, man. 11. Still in ground. Everything's still connected over here. Looks okay. I'll put this thing somewhere else for right now. I don't want to mess things up. Okay, now. Ready for contact. It should play something. I think it was at the end of it. I think. Unless that was all there was to. Oh, it's just a little short note. I got cables in the way here. Can't move my speaker like I did before. Very good. Oh. Maybe it's... I wonder if it's working like it's supposed to. Oh, maybe my sound is cutting out. No. It's not playing at all now. I think it's probably not working like it's supposed to. How would you know in a case like that? Okay, so get my speakers unwound from all my USB cables all strung out over here. But let me. Okay, I'll go back to the. Oh, I'm on the camera. Okay, so you can see my struggles here. All right, so I'm gonna reboot it because that's the only thing I know to do to try to. It's pin 11. I mean, it's not something wrong with it. I think the code may not be doing what everything it's supposed to be doing. Unless that's all there was to it. That was an awful lot of code just for just a little noise like that. So, let me look through that code again, make sure we're done. I didn't miss something. Okay, this is the one we're running now, but as you look at all those numbers, that's got to play more than just boom. Sounds like the part of a song. It sounds like the song is starting or ending and then getting mucked up and not continuing to play. Well, how do you debug that? Let's see. Can you do a search in here? Yeah. Wave to C. Make sure I was in the right place. Let's try. Sound data. Wave to C, master tup cut wave. Can't page down. Okay, sound data. Length. I don't see a number there. Because I imagine it worked just plays twice and then quits. Yeah, it looks like it's 10,000 milliseconds, I guess. I'm not sure. Okay. Constant sound data length. It looks like 10,000 to me. Include sound data H, but I figured out how to do it. Lead pin 13. Oh. I wonder if you're not supposed to be on ground. It says lead pin 13 and speaker pin 11. Can be either 3 or 11. 2 PWM outputs connect to timer 2. Well, I'd be scared to do that though, since I don't know. I just thought, I mean, when you wire up speaker ones, actually with speakers, this is not going to the speaker, it's going to the input on this powered speakers because I wasn't getting the volume. I think my little speakers would work fine, but I don't want to mess up my Arduino. Actually, I could be messing it up right now. Maybe once quit playing. Either I need to have my ground lead on pin 13, but I don't want to be shorting anything out either, That's what I'm scared of. Or, I mean, I could always try pin 3, ground and pin 3, but it says INT pin 13. I need to see if the other one says something like that. Let's see. First, I want to see all the mentions of pin in there. There's what I'm talking about. Oh, LED pin 13. That's the normal, not lead pin, LED. Okay, see, I'm all wet and funny there. So yeah, ground is ground. Okay. Pin 11. I might try pin 3. Set up timer 2. Speaker pin 11. I mean, for all I know, that's all it's... I just saw something about pin 3. Okay, do non-inverting PWM. Arduino, this is pin 3. Okay. Pin mode output. But it says play at the top. It just says plays 8-bit PCM audio on pin 11 using pulse width modulation for audio. Okay, use 2 timers. First changes the sample rate from 800 times a second. The second pin will 11 high for 0 to 255 ticks out of 256 tick cycle. Depending on sample value, the second timer repeats 6,250 times per second. Yeah, it's supposed to have a lot more than what we're getting. Faster than the playback rate, so it almost sounds halfway decent, just really quiet on a PC speaker. Takeover timer 1 16-bit, 8,000 hertz. And then, okay. Arduino pin, okay, breaks PWM. For Arduino pins 9 and 10, takes timer 2, 8-bit. For pulse width modulator, breaking PWM pins 11 and 3. Whoa, hang on. This breaks PWM and for Arduino pins 9 and 10, takes timer 2, 8-bit for the pulse width modulation, breaking pins 3 and 11. So, this kind of got me going around in circles now. Okay, so are they using all 4 of those pins? Do I have quad sound here or what? I think I'll try pin 3 though. But I don't know about this pin 9 and 10 business. I mean, I wouldn't be scared to try those because I've already used pin 9 and 10 before. LED pin is 13, but I would have been very wrong if I'd have moved my ground to LED pin 13. I might have burned up my Arduino, so I'm glad I'm... Pay attention, kiddies. When you're a new kiddie like me, you better pay attention. Okay, in speaker. If speaker pin 11. Arduino is pin 11. And then do non-inverting. I have stereo speakers, so what I was thinking is I'd have to rig me up another. I'd have to get me another. Well, I can always cut this wire in half and wire 1 to 9. I'm wondering if I could wire one pin to 3 and 1 to 11 and get an alternating sound. That's what I'm wondering, because I have stereo speakers here, so I could actually get that if it's putting it out. But I don't think that's what they're saying there. So I'm going to go ahead and switch over to the camera here. It's unplugged, so I'm going to switch to pin 3. With my hot wire. Yep. Okay, there's pin 3. Ground is on ground. Well, let's plug him up again. My cable keeps turning over. If you get it twisted the right way, it won't fight me, but I can't seem to get it done right. Okay. Let's see if we get some sound this time. So far, nothing. I'm on 3. Okay, let's make sure I have this volume where it should be. Okay. Don't get anything that way. Yeah, that LED. Oh, yeah, okay. I don't know. I'm not quite sure. I mean, yeah, that yellow. They call it orange. Well, it's yellow anyway right now. That LED that comes on when it's running. Of course, the green one. Yeah, I think it's supposed to be L something or something like that. I don't remember. So that's not pin 13, LED pin 13. I don't know if that means you can plug in an LED into pin 13. Of course, you'd have to have the extra stuff to make it work right, but I've already forgot what it is you use. Ooh, careful there. Okay, my swinging ground. Okay, let's see. Get back on the page there. For Arduino pins 9 and 10, this, okay, takes over timer 1, 16-bit for 800 hertz timer takes. This breaks PWM analog right for Arduino pins 9 and 10. Okay, takes timer 2 8-bit for the pulse width modulation, breaking PWM for pins 11 and 3. Okay, so output. Okay, speaker pin can be either 3 or 11. Connected to timer 2. That's what it says. But it didn't do anything there. So I'm not sure. I'm going to put it back on 11 and see if it... I wonder if me having it wired up to go into both speakers is any problem. I didn't know I still have my light on my deal. It wasn't before, but so I'll take off. Before I was just using the left speaker. Take it off and see. You know, like too much current draw or something. That's loud, but I don't think it's changed anything at all. Same thing. Maybe that's all it's meant to do. I don't know. It's sure not much compared to all the other ones, that's for sure. Where's my... I'm holding this up thinking that I'm showing it, and I'm not. But I just put it back on 11, and it just plays it one each time and then quits. So far the best one is the simplest one that just does... this one that just does... unless there's, you know... Well, there could be some mistake in the code or something. I don't know, but I wouldn't think so. Seemed like somebody would have noticed it, you know, unless it's brand new up on the website or something. Because, I mean, well, of course, unless I made a mistake in my copying and pasting it when I built my little sound out of H, or when I did this. Let me see if I've got any extra. I do have that. I do have that extra space at the bottom there, but I think I've done that, I don't know, every time. Save. Oh, the old file extension was PDE. Okay. The Arduino 1.0 default file extension has changed from PDE to INO. Sketches included those created will be used extension. Okay. So that's the whole thing with the INO and the PDE. So I just saved it. Now let's see what happens. Okay, now it's an INO. Probably should have both. No, it actually renamed it. It didn't. It changed it. So let's just try it instead of fighting it. Is this thing running still? Yeah, it's still running. Okay, I'm on the camera instead of the. I was sitting there. I went and saved it. I took out down here. I had one space under this ending character here. So I took it out. Which I think I do leave it with one space under there, but I took it out just in case that makes a difference, and then I hit save. And it gave me that message I kind of mumbled out. I can't make it again because I've already done it. So now, instead of having the PDE file that I did have, it turned it into an INO, but they say that's the new version. So let's hit, okay, now it says it's good. I still have my sound out of H, so let's try writing it this way. See if it makes any difference. I don't know if it will or not. Well, that's loud. I'm trying to find my volume knob. I can't seem to get my finger on it. There's lots of knobs on that speaker. Takes a while to play the next one. I don't know if it's going to or not. So, well, success in writing it anyway. I'm going to reboot it one more time just to see what it'll do. Oh yeah, there's no difference in me having my one or two speakers, so I'm going to put them both on there. You have to be careful when you combine go from mono to stereo. I mean, this is a mono signal, and I'm just sending them to two different speakers. But if you take a stereo and put it together and turn it into a mono signal, you can cause trouble for your system. It'll overheat. It'll start overheating things, and if you leave it, some systems can't handle it. Like, that's loud. Some systems can't. These new stuff, I'm scared of it because I burned out my audio chip on my Dell 6000 laptop, and all I did was plug and unplug the audio cable, the 3.5 millimeter audio cable, because sound quit working, and it cost just a very. And I've done that all my whole life on any kind of audio gear, and I never blew anything out ever. So I found out they don't have a protection circuit in there. They just let the chip be the protection circuit. It burns out, and then the rest of it's okay. The onboard speakers still work. So I don't like this one. It's no fun. There may be something wrong with it. I would think it would do more than that, but who knows. But this other one, they tell you, well, on both of them, they tell you how to make your own. So, I can make my own sounds. This is that one that just plays that funny little tune. Okay, so I'm going to open up the one that, no, that other one just counts. Well, let's open it up and make sure it still works. The one that just counts, the guy counting. Compressed audio, PDE, open. We'll just go ahead and hit a check. I like hitting the check the way I know it's going to work. Uploading. Where am I, on the camera again? No, I'm actually on the desktop this time. Okay, good. Done uploading. Okay, so I don't hear him though. Maybe it's turned down too low. Pin 11, right? Oh, I have to be on pin 9 or something. Why don't you guys use the same pins? It gets confusing. Okay, it's off. I'm not showing it, am I? I'm not going to this time. I keep wanting to just swap pins without turning it off, but I don't think I better do that. Okay, now there.
2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Oh, he stopped. Oh.
2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2.
Okay, so we don't want to hear the guy count to 1, 2, 3 over and over. So now what? The other one, I'm going to put it back on one that plays a nice little tune for now, because I'm ready to quit. Get it back on pin 11. Pin 11. I kind of like having it running, and then you can hear it when you write the code to it. Okay, I'm still on desktop. This is the one original. Well, the second one that I tried, and it says it's gone compiling. It should have that. Okay, so there we go. Back to where we started, because we liked it better to start with. That's pretty cool, though. Hey, see, I thought I had a good idea of how to do it. I just didn't know. I don't know what it was I didn't know. What did I not do right the first time? Let's see. H, I know. That's all I needed. And actually, it doesn't matter whether it's a PK file, PDE, I mean. That's the old format. I found that out from the, I'm back on my desktop. Okay, so it doesn't matter if it's INO or a PDE file. Just what I thought from the beginning. You just put your sound data file in the same directory with it. And well, what I hadn't been doing though, this is what I did wrong. I was in my sketch and I copied and pasted that code in there, and then it didn't automatically, since I did it that way, it didn't automatically bring in the sound data file. So what you had to do is go to open and open your INO or PDE file, and if they're in the same folder, automatically brings them in just like I thought it would. And now that SVN stuff there, that came with that particular one, and I'm not sure about that. I think that project file might be from one of those other IDEs, and that is. And that stuff didn't end up working. I don't know what those Java errors were in Eclipse, and too hard for me to figure out, but I didn't need to. But the next thing I might want to try is running this right here. Copy, almost cut it. See, I'll get in here. I'll just go ahead and I'm going to run it right quick just to see what it looks like. But I think I am. There we go. Okay. Whoops, I beat it. Well, I've never seen that happen before, ever. My little command got before I'm going to have to shut it and open it up again. I don't know what that'll do. Maybe nothing, but my command got in there before it finished opening up. So I'm going to try running permission denied, so it must not be runnable. A lot of times you get files, you have to go ahead and say they're executable. That's a lot easier than running commands in the terminal. So with some things, it's fine to do it in the terminal. It's great. You know, you get to get the output, but some things you could do it in Crusader. Is my favorite way to do it. So much quicker. Okay, error. Sticks audio lab not found. Skits. So I'm missing something to do that. I don't know. I'll have to go on their website and read the instructions on how to use this. I don't know if maybe you're supposed to have a file that you wanted converted in the folder like you used to do with what's that, MP3. There used to be an MP3 converter. There still is. You can still do it that way if you want, but you would just put that. All you had to do is just put that in the folder with your WAV files, and it would run it, and it would convert them. I learned that in Windows way back a long time ago, Windows 98. Can't think of the name of it, but anyway, and it would convert them. And just make a new file, an MP3 file right there in that folder with it. So this might do something like that. I don't know, but I'll have to get in back on the website and read some more about it. But so far, my favorite one, that one is the one I worked so hard to get working, and it was actually, unless there's something, I don't know if there's something wrong with it, or if it's just really disappointing because there's no fun audio to it, you know, just that one little sound. But it sounded to me like maybe it didn't play at all. That's what I kind of think. And then one with the guy counting, that was actually pretty interesting. I'm getting the idea that, you know, you've got such a small amount of space, you can't play much of a file. It's different when you're using the PWM to generate the files than it is when you're actually playing an audio file. You know, audio files are big. So, you know, the guy counting 1, 2, 3, and maybe that's why that other one's so short. Maybe I'm expecting too much. But the quality didn't sound as good as the little MIDI file. You know, that's what those things are doing, is they're playing MIDI. And what MIDI's always been a bit of a mystery to me. I've learned a long time ago, back before I ever got into computers, I knew a guy that's a keyboard player and he liked MIDI stuff. And he explained to me, you know, it's a machine control interface, application, you know. And I mean, we did have a computer. My roommate had a computer and his brother had a keyboard. And, you know, I was learning, but I didn't have one of my own, and I hadn't learned very much back then, back in like 1991, 92, I think it was. So anyway, Windows 3.1. But and I've played with some MIDI apps and all kinds of stuff over the years, you know, since I started getting really into computers in 98. But anyway, since then I've been on them every day, all day. But went kind of blank there. I guess I'm warming stuff out. I don't quite understand how this tiny little device could actually be playing MIDI from within itself, you know. I guess the MIDI control is telling the PWM to make the pulses that makes the sounds. I guess that's what it does. It's just change. It's just kind of it's an electronic sound. It's being produced by the pulses made by the pulse width modulator, I guess. Does that sound right? I've read about pulse width modulators over the quite a bit, and mostly for controlling the speed on electric motors and electric cars and stuff like that. But I have read about their uses for sound too, and a little bit. So what got me into reading about it was motor controllers. So there's a lot of different uses for a PWM. So a lot: charge controllers, motor controllers, audio. So I think that I'm just going to leave that little sound on there for now, and we'll just play out with our it quits kind of odd, doesn't it? There we go. That's how you do your jam box in the 80s.